Disturbing moments caught on live TV. Donald Trump was having a speech on live TV when suddenly,
I have to do it myself. I know it's
during a press conference, Major General James Martin slowly slumps forward, probably passing out.
Can somebody help me?
During this live broadcast, something unsettling happens to the reporter's eyes.
Have long been a cornerstone of the counterinsurgency.
War stories that sound fake but are actually true, Part 1. Attack of the Deadmen. On August 6, 1915, the German soldiers were waiting for the air to pick up before launching a gas attack on the unsuspecting Russians. The Germans attacked with 14 battalions of infantry, sabers, siege guns, and artillery. The Russians had only around 900 men defending the fortress, and most of the Russian soldiers had either no gas mask or poorly made gas masks that would soon prove to be no help at all. When the Germans attacked with gas, the Russians had zero protection. When the Germans reached the tower, they saw a dozen zombie-like Russians coming at them, screaming. The Russians charged the 12 battalions of German troops. When the Germans saw the Russians foaming at the mouth and still prepared to attack, it terrified them. They fell back so quickly that they fell into prey of their own wire traps. Because of this final stand by the Russians, 2 more Russian battalions were able to move forward and recapture the fort before the Germans could regroup.
Yo ho, all hands, hoist the colors high. Heave ho, thieves and beggars, never shall we die.
Look what happened in the Netherlands yesterday.
Oh, nee. Kom, nee, please niet. Please, holy shit, man.
Oh my god! Oh!
Ja, daar gaat hij.
Ja. En nog geen tel later flikkert hij. Kijk uit, komt nog een bom!
Hij gaat.
Sorry. Oh, het klapt er helemaal af.
I found my dead daughter's diary. I no longer think she killed herself August 23, 11:30 p.m. So I've never had a diary before, but I feel like I need to let this out or I'll go crazy. It started today morning as soon as I woke up. As soon as I opened my eyes, I felt the mattress leaning to the left, pushed down by the weight of something heavy lying next to me. Before I could turn around, I felt hot air blow onto my neck, like whoever was lying next to me was holding its breath, waiting for me to wake up. I immediately turned around and saw nothing. Obviously, I got up from my bed, thoroughly rubbed my eyes and pinched my arm just to make sure I wasn't dreaming. I wasn't from the time I headed to the shower till I left school. The entire time I felt like I was being watched, like the pair of eyes staring at me were soon going to burn my neck. Surprisingly, as soon as I reached home, turned the handle of the door and went in, the feeling of being watched just washed away like someone dropped a bed sheet in front of me. I wish the feeling of being watched stayed though, because what came next was way worse and it feels like it's never going to leave me. As soon as I entered my room, the air suddenly felt heavier, like I was trying to breathe underwater, a horrible feeling of suffocation. It's so damn frustrating how the air just wouldn't fill my lungs. No matter how much I inhaled, the air would just get stuck midway through breath and get exhaled. I tried to relax and meditate, but the feeling is still there and feels like it's not gonna leave. So I'm just going to try to relax and sleep, and maybe I'll wake up better tomorrow. August 24th, 10 p.m. The fact that I thought I would just wake up better makes me sick. How did I not know that what happened wasn't normal? I woke up today at 4:30 a.m. in total darkness with the same feeling like someone was sitting behind me, but this time they weren't breathing, they were chuckling. The feeling of someone being behind me didn't just vanish as soon as I turned around, because when I did I felt like I was staring at the someone laying with me in bed. The chuckling continued. This time feeling each breath as they chuckled hit my face. I jumped up from my bed, headed to the light switch, but before I touched the switch the light immediately turned on and I felt the cool breeze of the night hit me from behind. Whatever was with me in bed, left the window open. I didn't even check the window. I opened my room's door and ran to Mom's room. But she wasn't there. I had forgotten she had a very late night shift. I just sat in her bed, trembling and crying while I tried to doze off for a couple of hours before school. I woke up drenched in sweat to the sound of Mom opening the front door. Her shift ended at 6, so I knew it was time for school.
I'm not dangerous, I'm not dangerous, but I can make you bleed. I'm not dangerous, love, 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 dangerous, make you. We met and that was fine. Don't wanna lose it now. I just don't want desire. Me and you forever, I'll be yours. Don't be afraid. Ooh, my lover, no drama. I'm not dangerous, but I can make you bleed. Ooh, my lover, no drama. I'm not dangerous.
I found my dead daughter's diary. I no longer think she killed herself. I called Mom from school and went home early today, saying I had horrible headache. Anyways, I couldn't concentrate at all at school. I contemplated telling Mom what was happening, but I was too tired and didn't have energy for the get off your phone and sleep early rant, so I just slept all the way home. When I got home, I didn't even come close to my room. I just laid down on the couch and slept. I woke up and it was dark. I assumed Mom went to work already and I was alone again. It's 10 right now. I've been alone for 3 hours. The feeling of suffocation is back, but this time I feel like someone is grasping, clutching my throat. I'm trying to call Mom, but there's no service. I don't know what's going on. But I hope I'm going crazy and that all that's happening is just my imagination. But it doesn't feel like it. August 25th, 11:50 p.m. I woke up today feeling different. The weight of a person laying next to me every morning has lifted. I didn't feel like I was being watched or suffocating. I was actually starting to believe I was imagining things and just had a couple of hard days. But then I saw it. I saw it. When I went to the bathroom after I woke up, I felt a little throbbing pain all over my neck, but I figured I just slept in a bad position. But while I was brushing my teeth, I looked in the mirror. There it was, staring at me, smiling like it was its first time ever. The horrible looking grin extended from its left ear to its right eye, where in its place laid stitches, as if forcing its mouth to extend that long. In place of the left eye was a hole, with dark brown gooey liquid dripping from it. The figure stood behind me in the tub holding the shower curtain as if inviting me in. I kept washing my face again and again, but every time I leaned down and stood up again, the figure kept stretching out its hands, stretching, stretching and stretching, until it finally reached me, grabbed my neck and kept choking me. The horrible grin was still fixed in the mirror. The remaining gaping hole maintained contact with my eyes. Until I blacked out. I woke up on the bathroom floor, with bruises all over my neck. Nighttime has fallen and I keep hearing voices. At first they weren't clear, sounded just like whispers or muffled wind. But now I hear it clearly. It's calm and relaxed, almost soothing, telling me to go to the woods. I've covered every mirror and am scared to leave Mom's room, but I hear tapping on the window and I know the faces they're staring at me. Thursday morning, August 26th, at 4 p.m., I reported my daughter missing, 16 hours after she disappeared. A couple of hours later she was found by some hikers hanging from a tree. Her death was ruled out as a suicide. I knew Emma would never do this to herself, to me. But now I'm so damn sure she didn't. I'm the worst parent ever. I feel horrible. I could have prevented all this. I'm writing this here as I'm sobbing and crying, holding the last words my daughter ever wrote, because I never found a goodbye note. I never got an explanation. But it was all here. Under my pillow.